You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today and we have another show lined up for you all. We have our guest today, Mayumi Pachkoski, and she is a holistic skincare expert and business coach for energy healers who has spent over 20 years plus mastering the beauty industry in the United States, from building her own practice and business in Maryland-based salon into a six-figure business. She is also a great powerhouse story. As an immigrant with no family or support network, she used everything, her time and her energy, to scale her business. And she is now a mentor helping others do the same. We have amazing people on the show, but check this out. She's been on some of the biggest media outlets that you know of. AP News, Yahoo Finance, ABC, just to name a few. But it's because her work has impact. We're going to learn all about that story. But first, I want to welcome to the show our guest today, Mayumi. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being on. So let's start from the beginning. What brought you to the world of skincare and also energy healing?
Okay, so what brought me to skincare is I started out, my first career was flight attendant, and I worked in different airline companies. And while I was working with the U.S. Airline companies, I met my husband, and I married and moved to United States. And then I decided to find a different career. The first one was I thought, I want to do something beautification, empowering women, make them feel better and empower. So I went into the cosmetology. You used to be a barber, right? So I started as a hairdresser, but after 5 or 6 years, I decided I'm gonna start to understand more skincare better. At that time, I thought about the spa, having a spa, creating a spa was my goal. And then went to the skincare school. And that's where I met that person. Her name is Carol Walderman. She's called a legend in the United States aesthetic industry. And I really went into the skincare in depth. And she is the one also introduced the energy healing. And in our school, it's already closed because Mrs. Walderman has retired. But I used to call the school name is Von Lee. And in the massage technique, there was already energy healing component was there. In there, and I knew, but I didn't know that was the first key. So when I started doing the facial, not having a real energy healing training, my clients start to say, Mayumi, this is not the facial. You're doing more than facial. You're healing people. I said, what do you mean? No, you are healing people. You need to name your menu like a Reiki facial, and then you need to sell it because this is not the facial. It's beyond that. So I was like, okay, but I don't know what I'm doing. And by the way, what is Reiki? I even didn't know what the Reiki is. It's the energy healing modality, came from Japan, but I grew up in Japan and I graduated college there. But I never even one time, heard the Reiki. So I thought that I was very skeptical. I believe the energy healing is in our culture, in Eastern medicine already. We have energy healing. So that aspect, energy healing, I was a believer, but Reiki wasn't. I thought that those people are scammers, and then I was just first workshop was, I want to see, who are they? What kind of workshop they're going to do? And then find out that that's true. So that went into the road to learn many different energy modalities. And then I start to combine everything. And then I had the unique, different type of facial studio. And then that was in need for the many of my clients. So I became somewhat basic level of like a kind of success.
When you think about the growth process of scaling, that sometimes can be fun, but also scary at times. When you look at your personal experience, being able to be a business owner and grow your clientele and have that same quality of impact, how did that look like for you? Where were some of the growth spots that you needed?
I was lucky enough that I had the background. My parents owned the restaurant business. So I grew up seeing how they conduct the business. In the beginning, we slept on the floor of the restaurant, but tatami floor. So it's not the floor of the Western style housing, but in a tatami floor at night, just moving a table, and we slept at night. Inside of the restaurant. That's how my, parents were committed. And they looked so happy doing it. They never had the pity party or grudge against anything. They were just being so grateful and having fun and so much aspiration to get better. So by the time I was in high school, they had a total of like 5 restaurants, and then they became successful. So by seeing them just gave me the hope of, when I work hard and then when I committed, and people will start coming. So there were moments, yes, I slept in my studio some of the night in the winter because of the snow. I live farther away, and if I went back to the house, probably next morning, snow may not be cleared. So next days, I needed the money, so I slept in the studio. So I did the same thing, but I always had faith. And then when I kind of deflated, always my clients, all my clients were very, very supportive. So that's how I sustained, and I think I made a growth, even though I didn't have anybody here to begin with.
We got to jump into that too. Once again, let's Refocused. We're talking to our guest today, Mayumi Pachkoski, and you can go to her website. She has some resources we'll put in the show notes, but go directly to her website, askmayumi.com. That's askmayumi.com. My next question is, I want to get into that struggle because you come into the United States. It wasn't like you flip on a light switch and boom, there goes your business and you're in the game.
Right.
What were some of the challenges that helped you to have this platform you have now? Because everyone has a journey. So what was those challenges that you first had to endure?
My first challenge is nobody knew me. I never grew up in here in Maryland. We moved here in 1999 from Hawaii. We used to fly. Our base as a flight attendant was there, and we decided to move here. So I don't have any immediate families or friends, so nobody knows me. What I do, I'm just a foreigner in here. So what I did was I start to volunteer the local event where the small business owners will participate. And I, joined the committee. Basically, I had to know people, so I have to push my shyness, away. I attended every network meeting that it was available around the area. Majority of them weren't for me, but I start to know some of the people. Then I found one network meeting about it's more authentic. It wasn't a business because my business is facial and energy healing, so it's more personal. So at the business networking meeting, is people don't want to show the interest. They are very focused on developing their own business and clientele, right? So always I felt like, I'm not in a good place because they don't want to talk about their concern about the skincare or anything like that. They rather want to connect with other business owners. But I found some network meeting that women gathers and their life stages has been shifting, empty nesters or something like that. And then that network meeting was really authentic and for me. And then from there, I start to know people, and then I just start building one person at a time, and one person at a time, and then that start to kind of snowballing, and then here I am.
When you think about just being the thick of things, growing, because at one point you're just trying to get someone in the door, and then the next point you try and sustain that flow. And sometimes that faucet turns off and you're wondering what happened, but you trust the process and it turns back on. What mentally, mentally, were you able to endure those crazy seasons in business? Because when it's faucets on and everything's great, everyone's happy, it's all sunny days. But when that thing turns off and you have to trust the process, how did you mentally sustain that?
Yes, those moments, my case is I'm a solo entrepreneur, so I don't have any other, employees, so I cannot really multiply in the same hour about the business. But you are correct. If I don't work, there is zero money comes in. That was the first winter. Wow, even I'm booked. If there is a snowstorm and I cannot work for 3 days, then my income is zero. So I really had better prep for something else. So I start to developing different plans. Maybe during those winter months, I have a Christmas package for the products that people can purchase beforehand and then sustain until spring, or I can do something, start teaching, webinars, or, this type of energy healing. It doesn't have to be in person. I do remotely, meaning that I can work from home. So those type of things you're going to think, and then, if there is a low time, another time is a summertime, people go on vacation, and then they may go away certain period of the time, winter bird, and then some of the people may go to winter time into certain location. Summertime, some of the people have the different housing more north, then they may spend, those time there. So each time when I find out something as an obstacle, I was, okay, there is every single year, same theme will come by. So next year, how can I make the even and not having this up and down?
You think about the impact you already have right now. I said in the intro, the media outlets, you have over 22 plus media outlets that has showcased your business and your work. When you understand your why and what gets you going, no matter if it's rainy or shiny, your why is important. And I'm sure that's been echoed on these media outlet shows, including this one right here. How do you stay excited about your business? Because I love the fact that you mentioned about your parents and how much they love their business and was willing to make those necessary adjustments. Sleeping wherever you gotta sleep, check mark. We're gonna do what we gotta do to keep this thing going. What keeps you strong?
Probably that's from my upbringing. Being Japanese, now many CEO talks about the ikigai or kaizen or different Japanese wording like, I do kaizen, meaning is the forever improving. So Japanese are always make something better every single day, make faster, better, more seamless. That's imprinted, how I was raised in Japan. And also, we love what we do. I love what I do. its fundamental difference is that yes, income is very, very important. But in Japan, there is no word as, oh, this job is professional. Every single job is in professional. So everybody takes pride, on themselves, and garbage collectors or government employees, their track is spotless. Everybody take care of it. They have pride what they do. Even the, cleaning people, we appreciate how great they clean everything in such a short amount of time. So like an airport, the world best cleanest airport is Tokyo Haneda International Airport, and the best, I didn't know there is a this type of competition or award, that the best cleaner, the worldwide, the airport cleaner is Japanese, who works for Haneda Airport. So everybody takes the pride, and everybody appreciate what they do. So there is no, this job is low or high. So when we choose our job, we tend to pick something we love. So every single day I wake up excited. If I don't get excited, maybe it's time to change my career or move on to something else. Sometimes my clients ask me that, oh, Mayumi, am I the last person the salon today? And I said, yes. Oh, good. You can go home early. And I'm like, yeah, thank you, but I never feel that way. If I want to go early, probably I will block my schedule and I go home early. It never occurred to me that way. Oh, I cannot wait until I go home. I'm seeing the clock, ticking, and I feel that, some of the people, in order to get the, monetary exchange, some of the people working in a very, very difficult, area that they don't even love. So it's paying for them, spending 8 hours a day or even 5 hours a day. That creates a lot of stress. But I never feel that way. If I feel that way about my career or job, I will quit. I will stop and start doing something else. I just don't want to do because of the sake of something.
Once again, listen to I Am Refocused Radio, talking to our guest today, Mayumi Pachkoski. Go to her website. It's real simple. It's askmayumi.com. My next question for you is, what do you wish people would understand better when it comes to the connection of skincare versus self-worth?
Okay, skincare versus self-worth. Firstly, when people feel that they look better, their energy vibration really start radiating and then go really much lighter. People start to smiling, and then they are even, such that how they hold themselves and standing or sitting will change. So it's very important to take care of yourself. Especially, I think women have the difficulty. They tend to be a caretaker, and they take care of everybody, and they are the last. But it doesn't have to be that way. My belief is that women in the household needs like a sunshine. When you're happy, when your mother or wife is happy, your family gonna be happy, household, all the atmosphere, it gets happier and lighter. And I have quite few, probably considering in the industry, male clients too. And they have a business or they have a career, but also they know the importance of, taking care of themselves and then have a time to really relax. With the energy, work and flow, they will, even that short amount of time, my facial is probably between 80, 90 minutes. They get really deep quality of the sleep. So they feel really rejuvenated after that.
A lot of business owners out there who are listening to this, I'm sure going to appreciate your story. Let's talk to someone who see themselves as an immigrant and they're trying to start their business. They're trying to get things going. That's their dream. Knowing what you know now, everyone's story is different, everyone's process is different, but what would you share with them to encourage them to stay with the process of building their business if that's what they truly want to do?
My first advice is get out from your community. Meaning is that all the immigrants has a tendency, I'm Japanese, then they're going to try to find somewhere Japanese community in United States, right? That becomes kind of a curse sometimes, many times. You don't brush up the language and you stay so comfortable. You may be living in a foreign country, but you carry out the same culture, same language in a different country. Then you don't grow. And to me, American people, when you are trying to do the best you can, even the language, people know that that's your second language. If somebody makes fun of your English, probably those people don't know how to speak another language. So, confidence, when you have an accent, I said that means you can speak another language. So proud of yourself and then get it out there. And especially this skill type of, work is your skill, the result gonna speak itself. So people will refer you when you do the, great work. And you just need to get out of the comfort zone, get in touch with the local business other owners, and start to know more local, people. That's my suggestion.
That's great. I love the point you made about speaking, because some people can't barely speak English. So there you go. And what I mean by that is people are actually from there and they can't do that.
Right.
All jokes aside, when you think about the position you have now to give back and help mentor people and coach people, someone's listening right now and they want to hit you up and say, well, shoot, I need some mentoring. I need some help and guidance. What's some of the ways that, or what is the way that they can get connected with you so that they can tap into those resources?
Yes. So I do a business. I'm a business coach for the energy healers, and there are two resources. If you are the audience, if there is the person who are haven't really developed the business as a business yet, as an energy healer, then there is the free resource page, askmayumi.com, and free resource page there is a healer's confidence boost. You can download the PDF. That's one free resource. And another thing is the askmayumi.com. There is a book called 30 Minutes Transformational Session that I will listen what their struggle is, and I can advise some type of action plan that they can implement. Yes. So, and then, yes, if they like it, of course, coaching would be great. But I know that many people are just frozen, doesn't know where to start or how to take the next step because they are so bombarded with all the different informations and just frozen. And somebody like me, I don't have a time to sit around. I was an immigrant. So I just couldn't wait. I have to pay rent and everything. So start moving, taking action. So I will, you can take maybe this action, and this action. Okay. And then start out there. That's 30 minutes. That's free.
When you think about your story, I can't help to think in the beginning of the conversation with your parents. I love that part. I think that's awesome. Well, you've been able to not just learn from them and from your culture, but apply it and take pride in what you do. Like you said, I think people can see that. Sometimes that speaks a lot louder than our words. So when you look back and see where you started and where you are today, you're a success story. So how would you see your legacy if it's all said and done? How would you want your legacy to be as a business owner and as an immigrant who made it?
Okay, the legacy. I don't know. I want people to remember that, I felt so at ease and empowered, and then got the energy. I felt like I can do it when I spoke with, Mayumi. That's how I'm gonna be remembered. Yes. My father used to tell me that, so many houses, so many things. When you die, you cannot take it with you. So it's not how much or what you have, but how you lived is very, very important. So I'm happy. I want other people to be happy. You don't have to be struggle, yes, it's not easy conducting a business, but you can be cheerful. And then there are some people can advise you and then give you, little nudge. Then you're going to have lots of fun with it.
Well, I can feel the energy myself, so I'm sure people will be successful when they connect and do business with you. So once again, you're listening to I Am Refocused Radio, watching this online, talking to our guest today, Mayumi Pachkoski. Like always, for you, and like we always say on the show, thank you for your time, man.
Thank you.